What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse ranch no hate. Saw a video, got some information rather. Saw a couple of videos actually, and I got some information about Frank Warren. Frank Warren flat out said Tyson Fury is not going to fight Dillian Whyte, not in 2020 and not 2021. He even made mentions about there's like some special rule that the WBC has that will let you slip out of a certain fight in certain situations. Then he even said that if Fury, has to vacate the WBC title to fight Anthony Joshua, because that's the fight he wants, that's the fight everybody wants. And basically, he said that would be no problem because WBC doesn't mean shit. Who gives a shit about the WBC? That's what he said. Funny thing, I can remember there was a time when Tyson Fury, along with Deontay Wilder, was, being cocky and arrogant, like they don't need AJ because they have each other. And that's how, remember, and Wilder also sent the text to Dillian Whyte saying he'll freeze him out for 2 years. The funny thing, I remember Fury saying he had 3 more fights left in him. Wilder, AJ, and Dillian Whyte. That came out of his mouth. That was his words. Then he, 1 minute he wants to fight Dillian, the next minute Dillian didn't do anything. Go and accomplish something first, kid. All this like cocky, stupid shit. And with Tyson Fury, people give him a pass because he likes to talk shit. But at some point, it becomes a little annoying when you just say shit that don't make sense, and then your actions. First off, now the British fans definitely want to see. They wanted to see. Everybody wants to see. I know I want to see. Fury versus Joshua. Now, the majority of the British fans wanted to see it for Undisputed on British soil. Whether that happens or not on British soil, whether it happens in an empty arena, however, in Eddie Hearn's backyard, whatever, however the hell they got to do it. The point is we want to see the fight. And I, guess everybody realizes by now that there's no telling when this whole COVID situation will be over. So we'll be waiting forever just to try to get a fight. If it's just about waiting and waiting. Now, here's some shit. Remember how Tyson Fury, basically was on Deontay Wilder's side with this whole thing about AJ's the boss. At the end of the day, he has the final say so. So it's not about what Eddie Hearn wants, this and this and that, right? So basically, if Frank Warren is saying all of this, well, he said it. And basically, Tyson Fury didn't say anything to debunk that shit. He didn't say, hey, no, fuck that. No. I'm going to kick Dillian Whyte's ass. Then I'm going to go get AJ, whatever. No. He doesn't have to fight Wilder in the third fight. I said from day one when I heard that shit, I'm like, I know I heard it corrected. It was a verbal. Mauricio Suleiman said that shit. It was a verbal agreement between Fury and Wilder. There's no obligation there. That was a verbal agreement. Nothing, no contract. And now, for Frank Warren to say what he's saying that it doesn't mean shit, who gives a shit about the WBC belt? Okay, wait. So, Fury made it known he don't care about all the belts. He said he doesn't care because I've already been undisputed and this and this and this. Do you think that him going into a fight with AJ without that strap is fair to AJ? Now, I don't like to say if I'm this person, that person. I don't like to speak for people. But I feel like this. AJ said before he even got his first title, his first IBF from Charles Martin, his goal was to be, at some point before his career ends, undisputed. He's a 2-time unified champion. Let me put it to y'all like this. If Tyson Fury, if he drops his title to avoid fighting Dillian Whyte, as far as I'm concerned, and y'all know I don't like to get into all this ducking when we don't have proof of anything. We're just speculating because we don't like certain fighters or we're trying to boost up the fighter that we like. If he drops his title to avoid fighting Dillian Whyte, especially when he's talking about the right things happening in boxing and the best should fight the best, then basically, I don't care what he accomplished in his career. You can't take it from him. His accomplishments is his accomplishments. But this would be a clear fucking duck. He don't want no fucking smoke with Dillian Whyte. That's the only fucking thing that will come out of this shit that will make sense. There will be no reason for him to not fight fucking Dillian Whyte. So, if looking at AJ's side of things, I feel like for AJ to honor what he said, I would be like, fuck Fury. Fuck him. Because it's like, Fury, I don't know what it is with this guy. He doesn't defend a title. He won a title, but he's never had one title defense. Great champions have title defenses, so there's levels to this shit. So all that putting him up there with Ali and all these, no, you fucking can't put him up there with Ali. You can't put him up there with Tyson, Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield. You can't put him in that fucking category. In terms of his accomplishments, anyway, because let's be realistic, okay? Look, you can't put him in that category. All those guys had title defenses, many title defenses. Okay, you can say, hey, look, man, Fury's a two-time world champion, lineal champion, all that shit, whatever. I don't really give a fuck about lineal personally. But anyway, to say that he's in that same category with these guys and he doesn't even have title defenses and he has no problem with letting a title go. Now, we'll wait and see what Fury says to follow up what Frank Warren said, because at the end of the day, he has said, I don't give a shit about the title. I don't need a belt to be a champion. I'm a champion. Well, he said that shit already. So for Frank Warren to say that, he obviously feels confident that, hey, or they've had this conversation already. And that's nothing but a fucking duck, because he doesn't want that smoke with Dillian Whyte. And that's just like, okay, I'll drop this title. And that's like, no. That's like somebody giving you the answers to like the numbers to the lottery. And you got to guess the last one on your own. Because let's say if he beats AJ, which I don't think he will. I'm picking AJ to kick his ass. But let's say he beats AJ. Look at what you just fucking did. You dropped your title to avoid fighting Dillian Whyte, but then turn around and walk yourself right into a title shot. No. We've had title shots already. We've seen title. No, we want undisputed. That's what we want. I think for AJ, the right thing to do to honor what he said and back that shit up is say, fuck you, Fury. It's not about you. It's about who has the strap. Now, yes, Fury is a credible name, and to have his name on his resume, yes. But if he was to drop his fucking title, like Frank Warren saying he could do, and like I said in the other video, they may try to pull that making Tyson Fury the franchise champion bullshit, whatever. Because he's okay with these invisible titles, right? If that shit happens, it's like, you know what? Now, do they strip him and hand the title to, you know, the mandatory #1 contender for fucking ever in Dillian Whyte? Or do they do some bullshit and say, okay, we're going to take Dillian Whyte and the #2 contender and let them fight for however, whatever. And then whoever has the title, if I'm AJ, that's who I go after next. I want to unify, right? I've already unified. I want to become undisputed. Because that's like, no, Fury's trying to, you know, play this monopoly. You can't come with that 50-50 bullshit. You don't have a fucking title. You can't pull that, I never lost my title, because you just fucking dropped it if that's the case. Now, if this shit is true, this is some disgraceful shit, man. Especially for somebody like Fury, who's very vocal and talking about the right things happening in boxing. How the fuck do you not want to fight Dillian Whyte? How do you not want to fight Dillian Whyte? Because if you drop that title, that just means you're chicken shit in the sense of fighting Dillian Whyte. Yes, your career has been what it was. You had a good career. You are a two-time world champion, but it doesn't change the fact. Nobody can take that from you. But for you to just dodge this man and not make that fight happen, that's bullshit. There's no fucking logical explanation that he or Frank Warren could give to say that would make sense and make me understand why he won't fight Dillian Whyte. What the fuck why do you want? Look, First, I'm saying Frank Warren. Obviously, this motherfucker's scared that Tyson Fury can't beat Dillian Whyte. He probably look at Dillian Whyte and know deep down inside Dillian Whyte's style is all wrong for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury may as well feel the same fucking way. All that tough shit they talk, all this fucking I'm this, I'm that, whatever. Trust me, them motherfuckers know. You as a fighter know when a guy you know, okay, this guy here, he's a problem. This guy right here, okay, he's gonna be a tough one. All this shit trying to take credit from Dillian Whyte, and then you don't give a fuck if you get stripped. Nah, man. We want to see Undisputed and see people trying to just push, even with the Wilder situation. People trying to, fuck Undisputed, man. Nah, man. Oh, AJ should drop his titles and fight Wilder. What? No. His goal should not be derailed. If I'm in AJ shit, man, listen. If I'm AJ, man, I don't like to, like I said, I don't like to say if I'm this person or not, but put like this, I don't see how AJ could be okay with that whole situation of him dropping his title. Let's give the people what they want. Me versus, AJ versus Fury. No. And if they fight without him having the WBC, then it's not Undisputed. And it's like, no, fuck that. AJ, you fulfill your goals first. You go and then you fight whoever has that WBC. Then, if you want to fuck Fury up next, then you do that. Or you or whatever. Fight somebody else who's more deserving or whatever. Put his ass on. Freeze his ass out. Because this motherfucker, it's like, don't get me wrong. Give Fury his props for what he's done. And like I said, you can't take nothing away from what he's done. But if he goes along with this is a bitch move. This is some coward shit. And basically, to me, if you do that, it's like you're scared you just might lose. And you don't want to blow that shot. Because I know, and I think we all know, that Otto Wallin gave Fury hell. Okay? And Dillian Whyte is much better than fucking Otto Wallin. Let's be real. At the end of the fucking day, whenever people have fights and it's close, they start screaming rematch. Nobody's screaming rematch for Fury and Otto Wallin. No. Maybe because they don't give a shit about Otto Wallin, but at the same time, here's a guy that gave this motherfucker hell. Bust this shit open and everything. And people are like, well, if it wasn't for the cut, well, he got cut in the fight. He didn't come to the fight cut. He got cut in the fucking fight. At the end of the fucking day, man, I'm just saying, this is some cowardly shit, man. And I've been giving, Fury his props, but at the same time, if he goes along with this shit, just like AJ, he's the guy I want to see. He's the guy I want to see, win and unified, become undisputed and take it all and be that guy until he retires. But if AJ allow this motherfucker to do that, that's some bitch shit on behalf of AJ. If he allows that shit. Like, you can drop your title if you want, motherfucker, but no, we fighting for Undisputed. And like I said, if he do, then you know what? Make Fury earn that shit back. But I got a strong feeling, and Mauricio Suleiman was dodging questions, simple fucking questions, in an interview the other day. I got a strong feeling that they're going to wind up trying to make him the franchise champion. So he won't give a fuck if he has a physical title around his waist or not. And then he'll be picking and choosing fucking who. Who's he going to fucking fight? If you're not going to fight Dillian Whyte, who else do you even care to see Tyson Fury fight? If he's not going to... And look, Frank Warren is talking about, why don't... I think... It's about... He thinks Dillian Whyte should fight Daniel Dubois. First, I mean, all these motherfuckers, including Frank Warren, all these motherfuckers, fans and all, don't think that Daniel Dubois is ready. I'm going to tell you something. I've said this shit already. I'm saying it again. You motherfuckers are bugging. I don't know what the fuck fights you guys are watching. Daniel Dubois is fucking ready. He might not have the popularity or the fucking, recognition that Joshua and Fury and them have. Fucking Daniel Dubois, that motherfucker is ready. You guys are fucking bugging. Oh, he's green. That motherfucker is ready. You guys keep talking all this shit. Y'all keep thinking a fighter got to be 35 fucking years old before he's ready. This is the way y'all talk, like, oh, he has to. No. The most you can say is he don't have the names on his... Okay, let me ask y'all something. Do y'all fucking really think Oscar Rivas is better than Daniel Dubois? Do you think that Daniel Dubois wouldn't beat Oscar Rivas? I know if you really think you... Well, yeah. Oscar Rivas gave fucking Dillian Whyte a tough fight. Now, Oscar Rivas is a good fighter. He's not, I didn't see him beating Dillian Whyte. Before the fight even happened, I'm like, yeah, I said I was going with Dillian Whyte to win that fight. But he did good. He held his own for a while. But, the experience of Dillian Whyte, he was able to do what he had to do. And it was a good fight. But as the rounds went on, Dillian Whyte started to dominate. Daniel Dubois, you guys are sleeping on this guy, man. I don't know what the fuck you guys, what fights y'all are watching that make y'all think Daniel Dubois is not good enough. Daniel Dubois is fucking ready, bro. You think Otto Wallin is better than Daniel Dubois? You don't think Daniel Dubois would knock Otto Wallin the fuck out? So you're going to tell me that fucking Otto Wallin was a worthy opponent, but fucking Daniel Dubois is not? And why the fuck does Dillian Whyte need to fight Daniel Dubois when he's fucking mandatory and he's been avoided for the fucking longest? If this shit goes down, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, what Fury did, hey, kudos to you, Fury. You did, you accomplished being a two-time world champion with no fucking title defenses. If you drop your titles like Frank Warren is saying, if you drop that title so you can go and walk and get a freebie into the fight with Joshua, for that, no. You're ducking and you don't want that smoke with Whyte if you do that. And if AJ, don't let that motherfucker do that. If he drop his title, you should say, like I said, man, fuck you. I want undisputed. I'm not going to fucking derail my goal for you. I'm going to fucking go and I'm going to go beat whoever has the WBC. And if I wind up coming, fight who's worthy. No, man, people got to earn their fucking shots, man. All this dropping shit so you don't have to fight a certain guy. What the fuck, man? No. Look at what AJ's doing. AJ don't want to drop his titles. He has to fight his mandatories. And I said that from day one. Why in the fuck would he go to be undisputed, go and be unified champion just to drop his titles because he's going to avoid a mandatory? No, fuck that. Fight your mandatories, fulfill that shit, beat your mandatories, and then you go and unify that division and become undisputed. You become undisputed. Don't derail your shit for no fucking for Fury or whoever. If he's willing to drop his title so he don't have to fight Dillian Whyte, he loses credibility in my book. Because here you are, got a chance to fight one of the top heavyweights in there. That's another notch under your belt, another top guy. Why would you not want to fight him, but yet the best should fight the best? No, so you want to fight on Wilder because you know you can beat Wilder, but now it's like at the end of the day, Wilder with the surgery shit and then it being pushed back, okay, he doesn't want to wait. Okay, fine. I agree. You don't want to have to wait and sit around. No, then go fight Dillian fucking Whyte. How about that? Wilder's not a mandatory. Fight Dillian Whyte. Then if you feel like you want to have a soft touch, then you want to fight AJ, then fight Wilder again, or then you want to go fight Wilder again, then whatever. But if you do not fight Dillian Whyte, it's a fucking duck. And I'm the last person, like I said, for me to consider something a duck, it can't be from he said, she said, and little bits and pieces of information about a fight's not on and happening, or this is not going to, and we don't know why. This is, it's no reason, no logical explanation, like I said, that they can give me that's going to make me understand why this motherfucker won't fight Dillian Whyte. So me hearing that from Frank Warren, it's like he's speaking on behalf of Tyson Fury. Do you think he would say all this shit if Tyson Fury didn't agree with it? They've talked about this shit already, man. And it's like, wow, this motherfucker really don't want to fight Dillian Whyte. And I know AJ has no problem. AJ wants to fight the best fighters out there. He wants to unify. So the proper thing for AJ to do, like I said, go out there, get those titles, and if you cross paths with Tyson Fury after you accomplish that, cool. But don't let this motherfucker just have a free walk into that shit. And you know what he do to keep busy? He go fight some meatballs and then talk shit, call AJ a pussy, AJ's ducking me, AJ's scared, try to, like, people gonna forget that you dropped your fucking title so you wouldn't have to fight Dillian Whyte, and then you think you're just gonna get the free ride to go into a fight with AJ. I would not allow that shit, man. So this came from Frank Warren. Now, I don't see Tyson Fury saying anything different when he does speak. But if he does, and he is saying, no, I want Whyte, then okay. But I don't think Frank Warren would say what he said if he didn't get the green light from Fury already. I just don't see that. And he said he's not Plain and simple. He didn't say, I don't think, or, well, there's complications. No, he said he's not going to fight him in 2020, and he's not going to fight him in 21. I'm telling you that right now. He made that shit crystal fucking clear. So, that's what it is. And if he, like I said, if he tucks his tail and decide, oh, they can have my WBC. I don't need the belt to be the champion. If he does that, he loses credibility, because he clearly is ducking Dillian Whyte and does not want that smoke with him. And I guess he want AJ for the payday, because I personally think AJ will fuck Fury up. I want to see that fight, but at the same time, not that way. Not that fucking way. Because you're not earning shit by dropping your titles to avoid fighting the tough guy. When look at AJ has to fight Pulev. If he gets through Pulev, then he has to fight Alexander Usyk. And then in the meantime, you duck Dillian Whyte, and you're not going to sit on the shelf and just wait, right? No. So like I said, he'll do nothing but fight some fucking meatballs, talk shit, and then hope that the fools forget, what actually went down, and the fact that, again, here this guy gets a title and he doesn't fucking defend it. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this subject in this video, and I will catch y'all on the next one.